Good afternoon. I am Precious Mzea Sakaleji. Welcome to Camnet TV Mid News. The headlines. The court proves ECZ wrong for preventing BOWMAN LUSAMBO and MALANJI from contesting the by-elections. Proposal to make murder a bondable case opposed. Join me with the details after this commercial.
Akamwana kanono nomsepela kwikala chapamo kulibe kumunzi kulibe mutauni kumatero aliyenze afunika
The Zambia Statistics Agency will this year conduct the 2021 census across the country. The census aims to count people in households, rural and urban, hospitals, military, police and correctional facilities. This numbering will extend to hotels, farms, as well as high-density areas with different families sharing a house and those in transitory locations. Every person in the country matters and should be counted because the census will benefit all, from migrants, refugees and street children, homeless people, the young and the old people, as well as persons with disabilities. Everyone counts. This message is brought to you by the Zambia Statistics Agency.
In other media news in detail, over 7,000 residents of Nakatindi Ward in Chongwe district of Lusaka province are depending on water bowsers as a source of water due to a growing population against a few available boreholes. In an interview, Nakatindi Ward Councillor Akashi Satali says this has left residents traveling far distances in search of water.
Concerned parties in the water and sanitation sector have been expressing that Zambia is at high risk of missing its target of making clean water as well as sanitation easily accessible to all its citizens by 2030. This arises from various indicators in the country, such as the case of Nakatindi Ward in Chongwe district, where over 7,000 residents are still struggling to access clean water. In an interview, Area Councillor Akashi Stali says existing boreholes have not been enough to meet the growing population, forcing many residents to walk far distances to access water. Mr. Stali says the sinking of 12 boreholes in the ward has therefore been earmarked under the 25.7 million kwacha Constituency Development Fund in 2022.
At the moment, part of the community, especially the army area, they just use the water bounce to deliver water every morning. And then these others, we have a few bores that are in far places. You find that people move a number of kilometers to go and search for water. The population in the past, relying on the past census, we have an update soon, but in the past, we were close to 7,000, over 7,000.
The Nakatindi Ward Councillor asked that as part of addressing the high youth unemployment levels in the ward, a number of youths have been sent to Chiwota Skills Training Center to acquire diverse skills. The councillor asked that there is need for these youths to be accorded opportunities to work on various national projects once they complete their training.
What we have done actually, we have even in Nakatindi, we have Nakatindi youth clubs. The youth themselves, they've formed a cooperative. And what we intend to do under CDF, we are trying to promote even local investors, local companies, even local skills, manpower. We will not allow that we have someone from outside when we have our own that are not turning around. So from these skills that they are doing, when they come back, we'll see. Whenever we're doing construction, we want to engage our local youth so that at least they find something to do.
He has expressed hope that the increased CDA from 1.6 million to 25.7 million kwacha will help in bridging social and economic inequalities in the country. Zipora Mshala, Camnet News, Lusaka.
The Road Transport and Safety Agency, RATSA, has reduced bus fares following the drop in fuel pump prices announced by Energy Regulation Board ERB recently. The ERB reduced the fuel pump prices by 1 kwacha.65 ngwe per litre for petrol and 1 kwacha.74 ngwe per litre for diesel effective 1st September 2022. The Constitutional Court has ruled that the Electoral Commission of Zambia was wrong to state that former Kavushi Member of Parliament BOWMAN LUSAMBO and his counterpart, former Kwacha Member of Parliament Joseph Malanji, were ineligible to recontest following the nullification of their elections as they caused a vacancy.
The nullification of an election does not amount to the disqualification of a candidate. The Constitutional Court Wednesday morning ruled when it delivered its judgment in a matter where former Kavushi Member of Parliament BOWMAN LUSAMBO and former Kwacha Member of Parliament Joseph Malanji were challenging the decision by the Electoral Commission of Zambia to disqualify their nomination to recontest the two respective constituencies. In a majority judgment, the court has ruled that the two are eligible to recontest Kavushi and Kwacha parliamentary by-elections scheduled for the 15th of September 2022. On the 25th of August 2022, ECZ rejected the nomination papers for Mr. LUSAMBO and Malanji on the basis that they do not qualify to contest the election that were nullified by the Constitutional Court, citing Article 72(4) of the Constitution of Zambia Amended Act No. 2 of 2016. And speaking to the media shortly after the court judgment, their lawyer Makebi Zulu gave his comment on the outcome.
We knew very well that our clients were on firm ground even when they went to file their nominations. We knew they were on firm ground. However, following on that decision, the returning officers decided to mislead themselves and take a wrong position to be the right position. Now we have been vindicated that someone is controlling ECZ and giving them wrong opinions as to what the law is. But today, the Constitutional Court has settled that matter with finality. And BOWMAN LUSAMBO and Joseph Malanji will be back on the ballot. We will fight to the hilt until they appear on the ballot because the court has made it abundantly clear.
An Opposition Patriotic Front acting president Given Lwinda says it's now time for the party to go on the ground and retain the two seats.
The opportunity, instead of them campaigning, we saw the vice president going talking to 5 people and going to kneel down before pastors, going to go and expose how this government cannot even attend to sewer lines. She was doing that to campaign at the disadvantage of Malanji and the disadvantage of LUSAMBO. We therefore demand that the ECZ today notifies the country that they have postponed the holding of elections in Kavushi and in Kwacha so that they give the two candidates sufficient time to go and canvass for votes.
Meanwhile, Mr. Given Lwinda was called on ECZ to ensure that the two are back on the ballot papers.
Today, the law has been clarified that a nullification of a seat does not amount to a disqualification of a candidate. This is history, and I'd like to thank the ECZ for coming to court today and listening to this judgment. What we do now is to call upon the ECZ to do what the Constitutional LUSAMBO and Malanji back on the ballot papers for Kavushi and Kwacha constituencies respectively.
At the end of it all, it was all
will make their own discretions to either grant or deny bail based on the merits of each case.
But a social scientist, Innocent Kolala, has opposed the move, saying it may fuel murder cases on account of revenge and impunity,
which the Human Rights Commission and any other advocates should put into consideration. Remember that the life which has been lost, it was one of such which was maybe taking care of the family members. So what do you expect these other family members who have lost, what they are going to do? This person has been bailed, he is not kept in the confined. What do you expect these other family members to do? They are going to rise against this person, and also these are going to commit murder. They are going to kill him. That is one thing. Then secondly, this is the person who says, no, it's okay, I can kill. As long as I'll go into prison, I'm going to be given a bail, I'll come out. What will happen? Is this person going to reform? The answer is no. He will keep on killing as many as he wishes. Because there are other people who normally say, do not play with me, me I kill. If you are playing with me, me I kill. Meaning people are going to live in a country which is chaos.
He says in as much as the move being proposed by the Human Rights Commission is aimed at espousing rights for Limandis, there could be better ways of doing that.
The correction service are there to ensure that those people who are not reforming, they go into this institution to go and reform, so that they go and learn something on how they are supposed to live with the people. And to this effect, we have also said, as Zambians, here are the issues which we are talking about, the lives of a human being. And in the very constitution, we are saying life is supposed to start from conception. All human beings are supposed to be protected. No one has a right to take life for another human being. And to such a person who takes life for that human being, he is supposed also to ensure that he is also disciplined in line with what is provided for in the law.
Patrick Soko, Camnet News in Lusaka.
The court proves ECZ wrong for preventing BOWMAN, LUSAMBO and MALANJI from contesting the by-elections. Proposal to make murder bondable case opposed. Thank you for watching. Good afternoon.